Today's MTG box analysis will focus on the opening of a March of the Machine collector booster box that took place on June 5th, 2023. We'll begin by comparing the cards that we saw in this box to the cards that we were eligible to obtain inside of a collector booster pack. Then we'll examine set coverage for each of the three sets as well as coverage by rarity. Then we'll review the current set value for each of the three sets and break down the actual observed value for each. Then we'll close this box out with a summary. Finally, we'll conclude the video with a comparison of the 4 collector boxes opened thus far on the channel. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box and more than 100 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. Let's get things started by reviewing the contents of the box in comparison to the cards that we were eligible to see. Using this chart, we can see the non-foils that we observed from the main set in green, the foils we observed in orange, and the set in gray as the baseline. In the non-foil space, we were only eligible to see showcase, borderless, extended art, and serialized cards inside the collector booster packs. In today's box, we saw 4 non-foil showcase and 10 extended art cards. In the traditional foil space, we saw between 11 and 18 cards for each of the primary colors of Magic, plus 5 foil showcase and 5 foil extended art cards. In collector booster packs, the only cards that you'll see from the Multiverse Legends subset are the 65 cards either in traditional foil, etched foil, halo foil, or the serialized double rainbow foil. In today's box, we saw between 1 and 4 cards for each of the primary colors of Magic in traditional foil, as well as 10 multicolored cards. We also picked up 10 cards in etched foil, plus 5 cards in halo foil. Unfortunately, we didn't see any of the serialized cards from the subset in today's box. In the Commander subset, you can see 8 traditionally framed cards in foil and 54 extended art cards in either foil or non-foil inside of collector booster packs. In today's box, we saw 1 traditionally framed card in foil, 2 foil extended art cards, and 10 non-foil extended art cards. Moving into coverage, from the main set, we saw 14% of the showcase cards and 26% of the extended art cards in non-foil. This gave us 19% coverage of the 74 cards that we were eligible to see. In the foil space, we saw 115 of the 360 cards from the main set that we were eligible to pull, giving us 32% coverage of the set. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was in green with 41% coverage. From the Multiverse Legends subset, we saw 15% of the etched foils and 8% of the halo foils in today's box. In the traditional foil space, we saw 21 of the 65 cards, giving us 32% coverage. And in the Commander subset, we saw 10 of the 54 extended art cards in non-foil for 19% coverage. We also saw 1 of the 8 standard frame cards that we could have pulled in foil for 12.5% coverage, and 2 of the 54 extended art cards for 4% coverage. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in the non-foil space, we were only eligible to pull rare and mythic cards from the main March of the Machine set. In today's box, we saw 13 rares for 24% coverage and 1 non-foil mythic for 5% coverage. In the traditional foil space, we saw 57 commons, 24 uncommons, 16 rares for 14% coverage, and 5 foil mythics for 14% coverage. From the Multiverse Legends subset, we saw a combined 12 uncommons in etched foil and halo foil for 15% coverage, along with 1 rare for 1% coverage and 2 mythics for 3% coverage. In the traditional foil space, we saw 60% of the uncommons, 23% of the rares, and 13% of the mythics. Finally, in the Commander subset, we saw 10 of the 48 rares for 21% coverage, but no mythics in non-foil. In the traditional foil space, we saw 2 rares and a single mythic. In total, this box contained 49 rares and 11 mythics from the 3 sets. Before we take a look at the value in today's collector booster box, let's review the value of the cards in each of the 3 sets. This chart shows all the cards from the main March of the Machine set using non-foil market prices as of June 3rd, 2023. Excluding serialized cards, there are currently 15 cards valued over $10. The top 3 most valuable cards are going to be the standard frame Elish Norn, valued at $15.33, the standard frame Sheoldred, valued at $19.28, and the most valuable card in the set is the showcase Sheoldred, valued at $19.83. The set also features 22 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 36 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 292 cards from the main set are currently valued under $1. If you were to add up the non-foil market prices of all 360 cards, you'd be looking at a grand total of $418.15 in value. And here's a look at what we saw from the main set in non-foil. We didn't see a single card valued over $5, and only 4 cards valued over $1. The other 10 non-foils from the main set are currently valued less than $1. In the traditional foil space, we ended up seeing two cards valued over $10. They were the Showcase Vorinclex, valued at $11.76, and the Standard Frame Elish Norn, valued at $17.54. We also saw two cards valued between $5 and $10. Plus, we saw seven foils valued between $1 and $5. The other 106 foils from the main set that we saw are currently valued less than a dollar. Now let's take a look at the value from the Multiverse Legends subset. This chart shows all the cards from the subset that you can pull from a collector booster box using non-foil market prices as of June 3rd, 2023. Excluding serialized cards, there are currently 33 cards valued above $10, and 5 of them are valued more than $50. They are the Halo Foil Atraxa Praetor's Voice at $58.09, the Halo Foil Skithrix the Blight Dragon at $59.49, the Etched Foil Ragavan Nimble Pilferer at $62.70, the Halo Foil Kennerith the Return King at $80.60, and the Halo Foil Ragavan Nimble Pilferer valued at $186.86. The set also features 18 cards valued between $5 and $10 and 33 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 111 cards from the subset are currently valued less than a dollar. If you were to add up the non-foil market prices of all 195 standard frame, etched foil, and halo foil cards, you'd be looking at a grand total of $1,260.91 in market value. And here's a look at the value that we saw from the subset in today's box. We picked up two Skithrix the Blight Dragons, both valued over $10 in today's box. We saw the etched foil valued at $19.85 and the halo foil valued at $59.49. We also picked up a single card valued between $5 and $10 and two cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 31 cards from the Multiverse Legends subset that we saw today are currently valued less than $1. Finally, here's a look at the market value of the 62 cards that you can pull from the Commander subset. Currently, there are no Commander cards valued over $10, and only one extended art card valued between $5 and $10. There are 12 cards valued between $1 and $5, but the other 49 cards are valued less than a dollar. If you were to add up the market value of all 62 cards, you'd be looking at a grand total of $52.76. And here's a look at how today's box performed in the Commander subset. We pulled one non-foil valued between $5 and $10, which was the most valuable card that we could have pulled, the extended art Bitterhorn Nissa's Animus, valued at $9.82. We also saw two Commander extended art cards valued between $1 and $5, but the other 10 cards from the subset that we saw are valued less than a buck. So how did this box perform? Well, I purchased this box on my recent trip to Alaska from the Mox Boarding House in Seattle for $229. The current market price for these boxes as of June 3rd, 2023 is $208.80. Today's collector booster box contained 12 packs with 15 cards each, allowing us to see 180 cards plus 12 tokens. The 12 tokens that we saw currently have a value of $3.16. The 15 basic lands have a combined value of $3.22. The 57 commons from the main set are valued at $4.91. The 24 uncommons from the main set are valued at $4.60. The 29 rares have a current market value of $39.06, and the 5 mythics from the main set are valued at $37.82. The 36 cards that we saw from the Multiverse Legends subset are valued at $98.13. And finally, the 14 Commander cards are valued at $14.24. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be a disappointing $205.14 in market value, which is a loss of $24.85, which means that this box only returned 89% of my purchase price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 14 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $161.69, which means that those 14 cards represent 79% of the total box value. Now let's compare the 4 collector boxes opened thus far on the channel to see what these boxes are producing. The following table shows the non-foil observed cards for today's box, plus the collector box opened on May 15th, April 28th, and April 18th. From the main set, we're seeing an average of 4.25 non-foil showcase cards per box, as well as 8.5 non-foil extended art cards. The boxes are producing just as many borderless cards as they are serialized double rainbow foils. However, this is just an anomaly due to the small number of boxes that I've opened so far. In the traditional foil space, we're seeing between 106 and 107 cards per box, plus about 4.5 showcase cards and 5.75 foil extended art cards. So far, I've not seen a single foil borderless card in any of the boxes. From the Multiverse Legends subset, these 4 boxes have produced between 10 and 11 etched foils each, along with 4 to 5 halo foils, and exactly 21 traditional foils. From the Commander subset, we've seen between 1 and 2 foils in standard frame per box, along with 0 to 2 foils in extended art, and 10 to 12 non-foil extended art cards. Thank you so much for watching. I want to take a moment to give a special shout out to all of the channel members. Your support helps fund this operation and allows me to create the content that you all enjoy. If you're not yet a channel member, I invite you to consider becoming one. By joining, you'll gain early access to videos and many other perks. If you're interested in supporting the channel but don't want to become a member, there are several other ways that you can show your support. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue with the channel. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, do something amazing.